Hello everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at these Carol 40 watt clear candelabra based flame shaped bulbs. I picked these up the other day at the Restore for 75 cents. I thought it was pretty cool, mainly because of the packaging. As you can see in the background there's this woman and she's putting one of the bulbs into her chandelier. I thought it was cool, this graphic in the background. I can't say I've seen anything like that on a package like this before. Usually it's just some type of solid background to show the bulbs, but here they show you installing the bulbs. Now, I haven't really heard of this brand either. I'm not sure if it was like a lighting distributor or what. If we take a little closer look here at the bottom, it says a division of Avnet Incorporated. I don't know really who they are either, but they had two different divisions here in Rhode Island and California, it looks like. And these were originally sold at some type of hardware store for about $1.70 something from the looks of it. So the front of the packaging is probably equally as interesting as the back, because on the back we have pictures of the different types of bulbs, and that's pretty cool. So according to the top information here, standard and candelabra base decorative bulbs are available in clear and frosted 15, 25, 40, and 60 watt. White candelabra base bulbs are also available 40 to 60 watt. So they don't have white candelabra base bulbs in 15 and 25 watt. Maybe I want something really dim, but maybe it just wasn't that bad, good of a seller. Anyway, they also have some globe bulbs here in 15, 25, and 40 watt. Those are always cool. So, pretty cool graphics here on the back. Carol Cable Company, 1978. Cool packaging. Okay, so that's really all to see here. Now, obviously, you need to open it up, and as you can see, it has a decent amount of dust on it. It's definitely been sitting around somewhere. So, I'm going to go around the plastic here so that we can keep the back intact. So I went around the plastic here so that we can keep this graphic. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, a lot better view of it here now. And obviously not as, well, bleached out from the fluorescent lighting I'm sure that they had in the store at the time. Very cool. Okay, so here's our bulbs. They do indeed have a tip on the top here, as you can see. I love the filament shape. So much cooler than just a standard V that we see nowadays. Same thing going on here. So let's take a look at the base. These say, does that say 130 volt? I think so. 130 volt, 40 watt. It's kind of stamped at an angle. Let's see if we can get a better view here. Yeah, it's not really stamped perfect. 130 volt, 40 watt. Okay, so these aren't going to be that bright, which is fine. I like candelabra base bulbs, but I don't like them overly bright. I like kind of the dimness of it, kind of like how they probably have this chandelier on a dimmer for this photo. Perfect example right there. Okay, as you can see, it still has some manufacturing gunk on it. Excuse me. So, I'm going to go ahead and clean this off real quick. There, that's a lot better. Much more crystal clear now. Get one more look at the structure of this bulb. Very nice brass candelabra base as well. Pretty simple. Did it say on it where it was made? I don't really see, and they don't have it stamped on the bulb either. Usually there's a manufacturer stamped somewhere on it. I'm sure somebody would be able to tell us in the comments down below where this may have been manufactured. Okay, let's go ahead and get our base here. We'll screw it in. We're at 119.4 volts right now. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Yeah, definitely dimmer than 40 watt, but again, it's on, 120 volt when it's designed for 130. Now that also means it's going to have a nicer life because it's running at a slightly lower voltage than the rated voltage that it's made for. Let's see if we can get any type of a close look at the filament. Not necessarily at this moment. And I guess I didn't clean it off too good because it still kind of looks, well, not cleaned off. I tried to clean it off again, but I guess that's all we're getting. So we're at 119.1 volts, 0.28 amps, 33.7 watts, and of course a power factor of 1. It is incandescent. So let's hold it above the camera here. I'm going to hold it on its side at our 2-foot mark. And it's lighting everything up nicely. I mean, as I said, it's not as bright as a traditional 40 watt, but it's on, 130 volt on 120 volt. So obviously that's just not going to do it. But I love the dimness of it, and I love that filament design. So I'm going to hold this down here. I'm going to hold it on its side at our 2-foot mark. And we're going to go for a reading. There we go, 42.5 lux at that distance.
The spectrum of the bulb, 2 feet away. And the CRI of the bulb, 2 feet away.
And of course we'll save that, and then we'll take a reading up close here.
The spectrum of the bulb, up close. And the CRI of the bulb, up close.
Naturally, a very nice CRI, being incandescent. Okay, now we're going to move on over to our Variac. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to plug it into our Variac and turn that on. Now at this point, the Variac does go up to 130 volt. So let's bring it up. Now we're at 130 volt. Of course, I could put the meter on it to say that, but I've kind of calibrated it with this tape and put it where it usually should be. So we're at 130 volt right now. And let's see if that makes any difference. It definitely looks brighter. Let me make sure I save that.
The spectrum of the bulb at 130 volts. And the CRI of the bulb at 130 volts.
The lumens definitely went up. And the CRI stayed about the same. I guess you'd have to look at the top of the caption there if the color temperature changed. I don't remember what it originally was. But it's definitely gotten a brighter, whiter light. You probably can't tell it on camera, but here's 120 and here's 130. But you can see just that 10 volts of difference definitely shows a little bit there, for sure. Okay. Let's start to dim it down. Naturally, it is incandescent. We're going to have a beautiful dim down here. And then we'll be able to get a nice view of the filament structure. That is, if it will cooperate with us. You can see how they coiled it and then didn't do so for where it sits on the supports. Very interesting, or at least in that one spot. It looks like it's coiled through there. A little flat there maybe, but definitely there. Huh. Interesting manufacturing. Yeah, it gets nice and dim. We're about 25 volts right now, and we're finally out at about 18. So let's bring it back up to 60 here. And why not? Let's get another reading. We'll save that.
The spectrum of the bulb at 60 volts. And the CRI of the bulb at 60 volts.
So, I really do hope you enjoyed this video, taking a look at these Carroll 40-watt candelabra-based clear bulbs. Pretty cool bulbs, and pretty cool packaging.
As always, I do hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, be sure to give it a like down below and leave a comment. I do enjoy reading all of your comments. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more great videos like this one. Also check out my secondary channel Merkove and subscribe over there for more behind the scenes and alternative content. Of course, check out the other videos here on this screen, and as always, thank you very much for watching.